this with differing views, with scattered spirits. But when we finish, it is also not out of place. After all we are going to do here, for anybody to leave without spirit of fulfillment. This is what we strive to achieve here. And that is the more reason you heard of integration and harmonization. The governor made us to understand that at every time in history, a generation must break out from what used to be the norm. And in breaking out, you introduce something that is also at par with the advancement of the society. He noted that one of the essential issues why our society has remained the way it is now is because we are fond of introducing existing old laws and approaches to deal with issues without minding the dynamism of the society. Have gone ahead of leadership, of governance. So governance trails. While the citizens would use the phone and achieve all unprintable things, some of them good, some bad, some aiding growth, the other one destruction, some leading to advancement, and the other one, the other side. The government still follows these same citizens with old laws, old rules, and all of that. So he now wanted to break out of that by introducing something new. And then he told us that reconciliation simply refers to reaching a rapport, reaching an agreement. Are you okay? Yes, we agree, it's okay. And that's all about reconciliation. Integration talks about having everybody have the feeling of comradeship, believing as a family. So integration is that process that brings you in to really feel that you are part and parcel of the family, bringing different components of opinions into a whole. While harmonization is individual's feelings that he has been brought in. I enjoy harmony, there is harmony. So in a way, therefore, it is different from reconciliation, because the reconciliation does not aim at any of this. So this committee, therefore, sits here to achieve this essence. And why is it necessary that we must do this? It is simply because we belong to a political party that is opposed by another party, majorly. It is again because this is going to be about the first elections we are going to conduct in this state on the basis of one man, one vote. Completely away from the kind of elections the nation used to have, where we return, we carry go, and all the likes. Snatching of ballot boxes used to be and materials, it used to be the order of the day. So to an extent, the stronger the candidate, the easier the chances of winning. That used to be the order. But today, there's no point snatching ballot papers because it will not count. There is no point running away with ballot boxes because it paints you, it gives you a picture of a beast. As long as the card reader does not capture you, you have not been verified, the biometrics has not been done, it means you as an individual is not competent to vote. And when the card reader is therefore involved, and it has registered that 22 people only have come out for accreditation in this unit, the fruitlessness of running away with ballot box exposes itself when there are more than 22. And besides, even the 22 that have been captured have their biometrics, which means that if your biometrics is not there, another person cannot stand in your place and claim he voted. He cannot walk. So with all of this, it becomes very, very vital that we must sit down as a party, put ourselves in order, and then approach the election as one family. So we are meeting with Urueoffong Oruko today because we know that you are an essential arm of the success we are having in view. And if we cannot put ourselves as one family, it might become a problem. In this case, one vote counts. In those days, we could forget about, no, forget about the other person. Let him go to hell. No, we cannot say that today. Every person counts. Integration does not refer to only putting all of us here as we sit and our supporters into one fold. It also means bringing somebody who does not share your ideology and philosophy of your party. You bring the person in and we find a way of accommodating the person, and the person feels, yes, I have been brought into this family and I am satisfied to be a member of this family. Without that, you cannot have his vote. I don't know if I'm wrong. So every vote the governor says must count. And he charged us for that he would wish to see a situation every Akwa Ibom child is made to count. Because every Akwa Ibom child is a stakeholder, irrespective of political party, irrespective of the difference in ideology. So that is why we are here. And of recent, you have seen that the opposition, the main opposition party, is making so much noise, celebrating the Campis. I read about Godwin Udogo of recent in the economy. I also read about Sonny Elijah in Saratai. And so much noise has been made about the defection of these two persons. You see, but to us in PDP, and particularly those of us in this community, this committee, I can tell you that we are less worried. And I'll tell you why we are less worried. You see, when we look at somebody like Sonny Elijah, and you look at the history, you see that Sonny Elijah has decamped 7 times. And in each defection, he will always try to justify why it is so. And why is justification necessary? It is simply because if you have to change your ideology, move from one party to the other, you want everybody to see your action as being informed by patriotism, not selfish interest. So the difficulty a lot of people have is trying to make it look as though the defection was in the larger picture, in the best interest of society, of my own people. It was not for personal reasons. But in his own case, it is difficult that you can defect the first time, return, defect the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, without selling out yourself as somebody who is selfish. So Sonny Elijah, therefore, to us, is one person we do not have to bother about. I was in search of how best to describe him the other day, and it occurred to me that he is a one-man basket of deplorables. So, in PDP, He was not in PDP at the time this administration won election in 2015. He came in after that. And when he came in, he was made everything within the party in his area, in his local government. National delegates, state delegates, several other things. And then to keep his interest, all right, go ahead. He was able to produce this councillor, that councillor, and all of that. And so it became easy for him to now defect with those his hand-picked councillors. So we don't have to break our heads. Now, the world will at appropriate time understand that PDP has a strategy to offload those who have become a burden to the party over time. And then, when they now APC organizes defection and celebrate these people, very little do they understand that PDP has a strategy of loading its back eggs in batches. So when they receive these back eggs, they don't know they are rejects in PDP. They celebrate. Let them tell. We are going to offload more. So they can keep having them. So that way we have also transferred the entire burden and crisis to them. And that is why the party is no longer stable, if it was stable before. So my brothers and my sisters, we are here today to put our heads together to help you identify and resolve whatever issues in this local government that has compelled anybody not to have that feeling of being a member of this family. We have been assured that what we say is how it must be. And we have no reasons to doubt it. So we'll invite everybody to be very frank in speaking. Let us know whoever among us here or outside this place that has offended you. We want to resolve all of that so that in the end we can speak like one family. You are most welcome to this session.
There's so much that we need to do to build the state, to create the unity we need. So I'm suggesting that when we finish harmonizing and integrating at the party level, then the state should move a step further to also have a truth, reconciliation, harmonization and integration committee like this to pull all the people together in the state and bring a healing that will foster unity, progress and brotherliness.
He is on a mission to feed the person that is hungry, to house the person that doesn't have a house, and to take care of other problems of the society. These are all perfect missions. But to what extent will somebody who himself has limitations as human being undertake perfect missions? This can only be possible if we give him not just our collective support, but if we collectively work to ensure that he reforms. When you see somebody that is outrightly led by faith, you will be able to distinguish with somebody who is outrightly dragged by faith. We are lucky currently that the governor that we have is led by faith and not dragged by it. We have had governors, and we have seen many governors across the country. It is also possible to predict the limitations of each. But when you see somebody that is outrightly led by faith, you will be able to distinguish with somebody who is outrightly trapped by faith. We are lucky currently that the governor that we have is led by faith and not trapped by it. If you take your time to look, you see that he is at once God-fearing. And down to a leader who believes that the aspirations of every person, every son and daughter of this state must not be limited by fear, by wants, or by any other person. And it is this commitment that we have seen in him that has made most of us to stick out, whatever it will take, to serve in whatever capacity, if that will assist in wielding public opinion to see what we have also seen. He has given us his commitment to implement everything we feel are needed, not just to enable him win elections, but to make Akwa persons feel committed and harmonized